Hi, I'm Mo. I'm a newbie cash stuffer living at over 6,000 feet, and this is the Mountain Budget. Today's video is going to be a cash stuffing. I'm actually filming this stuffing fairly close to the last stuffing that I filmed because I'm about to go on a trip, and so I want to have both of these stuffings done beforehand. And then I'm doing a cash condensing, and I'm so excited. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, as I said, it has not been much time between this video and last video, so there wasn't a ton of time to spend money, right? There was like almost no time. So I am not going to unstuff anything in groceries or basically anything in my wallet. I'm just going to stuff it as normal and hope that I can resist and let it roll over and eventually put it into the 100 envelope savings challenge. So all of that to say, let's go ahead and get into it. Groceries is getting its classic 100 and it already has $100 in there. So that's gonna bring it up to 200. Same with spending, currently has $100 in there and it's coming up to 200. Oh, let's get that normal. Eating out is not getting anything because I'm gonna be on a trip and I just don't see myself needing money in my eating out. And if I do unexpectedly eat out, I can always take that money from spending, so it's fine. Household was fully funded for the month and fully spent for the month. Miscellaneous doesn't have anything in it, and tips is getting its classic $25, which is gonna bring its total to 50, but don't worry, I will count it just to confirm. So in tips, we have 20, 45, and 50, and that's correct. Correctamundo. All right, so that is wallet. And I filmed the last video kind of fast. Well, I say that, but then I ended up going on a bunch of tangents about like supplements and stuff like that. So maybe not so fast. But I'm kind of hoping I can get into a groove and do this one a little quickly. I'm not trying to, I know there's some people who really love the long videos, but I also worry that, I don't know. I'm just so long-winded. So I'm kind of liking that I'm in a bit of a groove and not self-censoring, but just going with the flow. All right, she says, as a tangent, she yaps about how she's not yapping. Okay, philanthropy is fully funded for the month. Project for Awesome is getting $25 this week, and this binder is bursting. I'm so excited that the next video I'm filming is a condensing. They are my favorite videos to watch, and they are my favorite videos to film. Not that I film many of them, but I'm really excited. All right, so $25 into Project for Awesome for a total of 50, 150, 70, 90, 210, 230, 240, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, and 300 exactly. Oh my gosh. What? Is that right? I think that is right. Is that right? I have to count that one more time. 50, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 300? We're like $100 away from this being fully funded. That's crazy. How did that happen? Did I put in the wrong amount? Whatever, we're just gonna go for it. And if we get to the end of this video and we don't have the right amount, it's gonna be okay. All right. Indie Coffee House isn't getting anything this week. Gifts of Kindness is getting $10. $10 into kindness. That brings kindness to 50, 70, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. $170 in gifts of kindness, which is excellent. I'm super happy with that amount. Books is getting $10 as well. It seems to be a favorite theme of mine. This currently has 10, 20, 30, 40, and $50. I think once I get it up to 100, if I haven't spent that money, then I can stop funding it and I can put more of my giving budget towards some of these other envelopes. Patronage of local art specifically is getting 25. Again, it's classic amount. That brings its total to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 45, 55, and 60. Y'all, I'm so excited for this condensing. I love how I'm like hyping up a video that isn't even the video you're watching. It's a video that's gonna come out in like 4 days. Sorry. All right, Mother's Day, we're switching it up. Now, the past month, Mother's Day has been getting $2 every week. This week, it's getting $4, if you can believe it. We're gonna bulk this baby up even more, 2, 3, and 4. That brings Mother's Day to a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and $10. Excellent. Hey, go in. Go in. Oh no, it got kind of bent. Okay, it's fine. Father's Day is also getting 4. Oh, so thick. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry. Okay, not the most attractive. I'm hoping actually during my condensing that I can really get rid of some Uggo bills and maybe keep a handle on some of the nicer ones. All right, so what am I doing? I'm counting Father's Day. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and $16 in it. All right. Gifts for my siblings is getting $10 this week, which brings its total to 100 and 200 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Ooh, so close to get that up to 300. I'm debating. Okay, this is what I'm debating right now. I'm just like straight up on here messing with my budget on Maine while filming. Okay, so I had a certain amount of money that I wanted to put towards the 100 envelope savings challenge this month. And then when I got down to brass tacks, I realized I was gonna break up all of my amounts into every single week. I was gonna put in $80, and then this week I was gonna put in $160 in the form of 2 $80 slots into the 100 envelope savings challenge. But I'm realizing I don't think I have that many $80 slots left. And even if I do, I think I like over budget. Basically what I'm saying, and I'm gonna give myself this permission just for the sake of satisfaction. Instead of doing 160 this week to the 100 envelope savings challenge, I'm gonna do 150, and I'm gonna take an extra 10 and I'm gonna put it into gifts for my siblings. So that way, when I do this condensing, I can just bring this whole thing down to just 3 bills. I can just replace all of this with one of these little placeholders, but I'm gonna count it one more time just to make sure that's what's actually happening. 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. Exactly correct. Okay. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Miscellaneous is fully funded, or not fully funded, but it's not getting anything this week, but I do want to see what's in it. And it's got 100, 50, 200, 20, 30, 45, 46, 47. Okay, that's fine. That's also kind of annoying, but like, it's fine. I'm not going to do that for every single envelope. That's $5 to $10 away from getting a big placeholder. Okay, so self-care, the self binder. All right, hair and nails is getting $10, which brings its total to 10, 20, 30, 45, and 50. Excellent. Oh, what the heck was that? I don't know if you guys heard that, but it sounded like a wolf or something. That was scary. Anyway, I don't know if my mic picked that up, but it was weird. Okay, wellness is getting its classic 50, which brings us to 100, 200, 300, and 400 still on that gift card. And then in cash, we have 100, 200, nope, Mo, look at what you're doing, queen. 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 300, and 20, $320 in cash, $400 in gift card. So total 720, which is awesome. That's like, really, I'm solid in that one. Jem is not getting stuff this week. Supplements is getting $10 to bring this to 20, 40, 60, 75, and 80. And then I won't go into the whole spiel again that I went into last week, but that's basically means that this envelope is fully funded. So that's awesome. All right. Self-care, which is self-care equipment, I'm saving up for a very pricey yoga mat, goodness, is getting $10, which brings its total to 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, wait, what? Yeah, 100. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's correct. Excellent. Excellente. All right. Shopping, which is my gift to myself for my 32nd birthday, I believe is getting $4 this week. 2, 3, and 4. For a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 in birthday present to me. Go on in. All right. Vehicle maintenance is getting $10 this week, which brings its total to 20, 40, 60, 80, 70, 90. Super close, but that's fine. We're going to keep that the way that is because I don't feel as big an urge to condense this envelope because a lot of times I use this money to go get car washes. And so it's actually does not behoove me to have a ton of big bills. It'd be fine to have a mix, but I would rather have smaller bills than just one single big bill. So I'm okay that this isn't all gonna get condensed. And then my separate little doodad for my AAA annual payment is getting $1 this week, which brings its total to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is almost 10% of the funding for the year. So that's good. Hold on, how do I get this to be back? It's a cute little coffee cup paper clip, but it's kind of a weird shape, so it's hard to manage sometimes. Okay. Put those both in there. And then Happy Place is not getting stuffed this week, so we can just put that back. Alrighty. Then we're going into my entertaining binder. No, every week this month I've done that. You would think at a certain point these binders would just stop fighting me. It'll happen. It'll happen eventually. All right, general entertaining this week, it gets $10. For a total of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Valentine's Day is getting $10 as well. For a total of 20, 30, 40, 55. Yep. Easter is getting, sorry, I'm reading my Excel sheet and it's kind of far away. It's getting $10 for a total of 20, 30, 40, and 50. All right, 4th of July is getting $20 this week. Not sure why I'm front loading it, but that's okay. I guess I'm not. I guess most of these envelopes got a $50 budget for the month, and I've broken it up which week I've given one, it's 20 versus the other 3 weeks get a 10. So I think that's what's happened. I've been really bemused by my budgeting for this envelope, but that's because I was looking at it week by week and I wasn't considering what its budget was for the whole month. Okay, so 4th of July currently has 20, 30, 40, and 50, exactly, because I started budgeting it at the start of this month and now it has been given its whole month's budget. That's funny. Harvest Fest is not getting anything this week. Sorry to Harvest Fest, but Halloween is getting 25. Excellent. So Halloween has a total of 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 5, 35. And you know what? This is me shaking things up always. A couple of cash stuffings ago, I had to switcheroo because I was giving to Happy Place and I'd forgotten to budget for it. We don't really need to go into it. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. And so because of that, Harvest Fest did not get anything that week on a week that it was supposed to get something. And this doesn't make up for that, but it does bridge that gap a little bit, especially because Halloween came out $5 ahead. So I'm just gonna switch that $5 from Halloween to Harvest Fest. So now Harvest Fest actually has 20, 40, 50, 65. And that feels a little fair, even though I think Halloween is the queen and deserves everything. And Thanksgiving is not getting anything this week. So that is the warm side done. We're gonna move on to the cool side, mainly into our recreation binder. Is this one gonna give me trouble too? Please, no. Hobbies is getting, amazingly, it's getting a 10, not a 5. Which brings our hobbies budget so far to 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, and 40. Those are some ugly 5s, I have to say. Ugly. All right, miscellaneous, which is actually our Parks Pass fund, is getting $2, the final $2. And that brings this total to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and $14 for the Parks Pass. Ren Fair this week is getting $10, which brings its total to 20, 30, 40, wait, what? Yeah, 20, 30, 40, 55, 61. 61 for Ren Fair. All right, winter, i.e. the ski season, is getting a 50. And it has $200 in the bank and $200 in cash. So $400 total, which is excellent. Ooh. I love fall, don't get me wrong, but I've really fallen in love with winter too. And I'm so excited to get back on the mountains, to do après, to sit by a fire and drink, you know, hot chocolate. It's gonna be just lovely. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. We're really moving into my favorite part of my favorite 6 months. They're really coming up. All right, Dungeons and Dragons is getting $10. And then I mentioned this, I talked about it quite a bit last week, but I think I might cool off on this envelope for a little bit in September. So right now D&D has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and $90. And general entertainment is getting $25. Wait. Well, I've made an error because I've lost a 5 somewhere, but we're just gonna move on. It's gonna get $20. I'm sure you all saw where that 5 went. Let me know, unless I've put text up on the screen that I also caught it, but whatever. I'm so unconcerned about it right now. It's fine. It's $5. All right. General entertainment, general recreation, I mean, has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 5, 10, 15, $115. Excellent. I love that because you just never know when a concert's coming or there's like a random, I don't know, I was gonna say a circus in town, but do circuses even come to town anymore? Are circuses even a thing anymore? I remember going to the circus all the time. I would go and visit my grandparents and they'd take me to the circus. But the circus has like lore in my family's history because I had grandparents on both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side, independent of each other, both run away to the circus. So like literally in my parents' house, we have one of my great grandfather's bowling pins, or not like they weren't called bowling pins, but like the pins that the clowns juggle. We have them as a piece of decor that he would do at the circus. I think he was at Ringley Brothers or something like that. Anyway, All right, final thing in these general binders is the classic home. And I talked about this in my last video, but this is gonna go to cleaning. It's gonna get $50. It's the only envelope in this binder getting stuffed. But come September, my home binder is gonna start getting a lot more attention just because I've just moved into my apartment. So I've really been spending a lot of money in home, but I haven't been saving towards any specific goal, and that's gonna change pretty soon. And I now believe with $51, $52, $50, $340, I now am well equipped to hire cleaners to come in and do a deep clean in my apartment and get on a roster for a cleaning every month or maybe every 2 months with that organization. So I'm gonna get this booked, and hopefully the next time I do a stuffing, well, I mean, hopefully it's empty because this envelope's empty because I've booked the cleaning and paid them. Or maybe I guess you'll see it in an unstuffing because I'm sure I'll pay them online. So anyway, all of that to say, stay tuned because I've got some big plans for my apartment and we're gonna start saving for them, and I'm really excited. But speaking of saving, the rest that we have here is going into my 100 envelope savings challenge. And so I have, something went sideways, and that's okay. Something went sideways. That's all we can say. Something went sideways. I should not have 3 20s left. I should have, wait, something went really sideways. Because I should have 2 50s, 2 20s, and a 10, not 150, 3 20s, and a 10. Okay, so I think I remember. There was an envelope that I was like, how the heck does it already have this much in it? And I'm thinking I probably put a 50 in it rather than a 20. I think it was the Project for Awesome. And you know what? That's okay, because that is something that has like a definitive amount that I'm saving up to. And I'm okay if I hit that amount a little earlier, especially because this is just money that's going to a savings challenge. So, and the Project for Awesome happens in early 2026, and all of this money is I'm hoping to beat this challenge in before 2026 and then reallocate it. And so in my mind, I don't know, it all evens out. And again, the Project for Awesome is a charity event. I'm fine if it got overfunded this week. That's fine. That does not bother me in the slightest. So I originally thought we were going to be doing $160 to the 100 envelope savings challenge this week. But then I got rid of a 10 and I accidentally put a 50 somewhere where that should have had a 20. So what we're actually putting into the challenge this week is 50, 70, 90, 110, and 120. And we could do 2 60s. One won't be fully condensed though. Could we do a 40? Actually, could we do some for real things here? Like, hold on. Okay, I'm not really thinking this through, but I'm winging it, and I just hope it works out, okay? I'm doing a 20, and actually I'm gonna go into, okay, 16's already filled in, so let's go into 17 actually, to help me remember, so I don't get confused, I'm gonna do the actual amounts. We're going a 20 into 20. It's Chaos Hour with Mel. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, do I have all my 40s filled in? I do not have all, wait, do I have all my 40s? Oh. All of my hopes and dreams shattered. Shoot, I was thinking I could do these two as a 40 and then this as a 60 and then we get fully funded. But you know what? Okay, hold on. What about our 70s and our 30s? I think we've got, okay, we definitely have 30s that we could do. Let's confirm that we have a 70. Right now we've done a 20 and we're trying to do a 30 and a 70. And we can do a 70, excellent, okay. So that's what we're gonna do. And everything will be fully funded, so we don't need to condense further, because that's what I'm trying to avoid, because I've got kind of a handful now of envelopes in here that have the right amount, but they're not fully condensed. And I don't know why that's important to me. It literally doesn't matter, actually, if you think about it, but I'm being particular. All right, and then 70. 20, 30, 70. I'm remembering. I'm not going to forget. I have such faith and confidence in my ability to get this done. All right, 20, 30, 70. Let's go ahead and fill in 3 envelopes on the tracker, which is fun. 20. Oh, and 30 is right beneath it. That makes that easy. Excellent. Yay! All right. Oh, she's chonky. She's chonky, and I feel like she's not even halfway full. Well, she's probably a little over halfway full at this point, but not close to being like close, you know? Damn, that's crazy. That's awesome. I love this challenge so much. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I apologize once again, as always, for the chaos, but I feel like for the most part, it was pretty sedate this week. I really appreciate you being here, truly. This has been The Mountain Budget. I'm Mo, and now I have to go, but I so appreciate you more than you know. Bye.